Alright, Grand Rising everyone, and welcome back to the platform. It's Shay C, and I'm back with another video. So, yeah, you have to excuse everything, bitch, because I ain't doing nothing today. I just brushed my teeth, that's it. So, I was in there with that reading. I'm like, nah, I just need to do a freestyle real quick. I need to just do something else. But I was thinking about how these people think they slick trying to have this oldest so-called daughter calling me, asking me questions. So we are on track with the reading. The readings is live with what's going on. I feel like these people wanted to feel strong because they felt like, oh, you can't pick up on what we're doing. You can't see me. You can't see our moves, but we on track. I feel like somebody's trying to distract us. Once I did that reading last night, because I normally don't use those cards, but we are on track with something, right? Where somebody's trying to get us to talk about something. And the way they do that is get a family member that you haven't talked to in a long time to call you and try to egg you on to talk about certain things. They could be trying to transfer power or money or something like this, conservatorship or something like this. It's a lot of components working right now. But they want you to talk to somebody, and you know how, and then if somebody's calling you with something that could be kind of controversial, of course, they want you to talk about this, get all emotional, get all fired up or something like this or whatever, to seem like somebody's erratic or you got mood swings. But these people is retarded as hell that's doing this investigation, and it's illegitimate, so it really doesn't fucking matter in the place because they're not a part of any full council or parliament or anything. It's kind of ridiculous. All right. So they're just harassing Americans, and the government is allowing it, or they're working through the government, the administration, to do it. I'll say the administration. You know what? I don't want this phone to get overheated. So wishbone energy. Somebody could have had somebody's like tubes tied or something, and they may be untying them. They don't have the authority to see who lives and dies. They can't choose the women that breed and don't. But this is what they're doing anyway. Okay? Possibly with the cartel. Let's see something. They're trying to, as I'm here, I kept hearing breed her yesterday. I don't feel funny. Ew. The fuck? So we're in like some energy where they like breed her. Oh shit. So I feel like whatever this is, somebody is being messy. Somebody is like maybe a demon now, a masculine energy, one of the versions of this spouse. Cause they, somebody could have like tricked somebody's child to go in on them to get something or whatever, do all this stuff or whatever this is. People could be coming towards somebody, trying to be in somebody's life. I kept on hearing the sun is on somebody's back. Case A crab. So I'm thinking about something I seen on them cards in the house, with one hand or one hand. One claw. Cancer. I'm seeing a lot of that one claw or one-handed energy. Okay. And then we got a sun or something. This could also be, if this is the Albaron because I was seeing Christian, and whenever I was seeing Christian, that's my so-called nephews, through my in-laws or whatever name. But I was also hearing Jordan, the other side of Jordan, and when I seen that Christian card, I see about Jordan because little Jordan was my best friend, the Alberon's brother's child. But that's what I'm trying to figure out, if Andrew Tate or a clone of his was playing the part of Hector Alberon, the son, and came in to be anointed by me or kissed by the Empress to wake somebody up. But this also could be who could be playing the part of one of the first or second generation Kalanas kids as well. And then it made me think about the two Arabic boys that used to be on our school bus in middle school. And it made me think about the Uday and the other. It made me think about, when I looked at them, it made me think about Uday and the other brother, or, well, not brother, but the other something. And how this shit all plays a part. Because Saddam got the same phenotype as my dad. And my friend's dad got the same phenotype. And the man that lived next to me in Kenosha County, they had the same thing. You know, just make me think. And how Drake's dad on that album cover looked just like the Tate boys' dad. Andrew Tate and them dad. They look just like, he don't look like Dennis on that album cover. That's where I'm trying to figure out, where does this fit in? Because when they talking about Africa, they could also be showing us images of Africa. But what we really talking about is like motherfucking Memphis, Tennessee, or down in the Delta, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Where shit can be real. Like that. All right? So when people say, ancient, yeah, we can match up these pictures. We could do this and that. We can say this about the mounds, the truncated pyramids that could be really called, the mounds that are possibly really truncated pyramids. Things like this. But it's also another element here of thinking about it like, yeah, they say Africa, but really this is a description of what the fuck is going on, like, in the South, the dirty, dirty South, all right? So, I don't know, somebody could be going home, walking away from something. Also, these people could have stole this money and went at some point in time to Texas and took these kids, and they just cloned the kids and left me with a version of these clones of these children. I don't know why I feel like my husband is in Texas. I mean, that's just what I feel like. But this could be a version of this masculine that might have a different preference. Or they might be different than what I ever thought that they were. Like, if the person that was with me in the Truman Show, see, the Truman Show was only to make me look unfit or lazy or something like this, and make this person look like the model man that don't complain and go to work every day, work hard for a company, and come home and pay the bills, but in all actuality, it's the movement of these particular type of beings that they don't have to do shit at home because their bodies is too busy doing shit behind the scenes. They could be even controlling my body, like pimping out my body behind the scenes when I'm the real fucking queen. Do you understand? And then the alliances that they build with these people and the deals that they make to get them to do shit throughout the time. These people become more of an asset to them because they're making money with them. You're just something that sits there, and they're not making money off of you no more after they like publicly shame you. People don't want to be around you. Oh, this bitch is like this. Because it doesn't matter if somebody is the baddest bitch in the world. If you let a million niggas watch this female over without her knowing, in her daily beat, everything she do, somebody about 90% of them motherfuckers ain't gonna want to fuck with this bitch after. It doesn't matter how bad she is. They're not going to want to. You see? They're gonna find something gross or something like this about the person, especially if you got them digging all in their memories and shit like this. You're not the one in the first place if you got to do all that. Okay. Hold on. What the hell they say? I left my glasses in there. Because the chick Misty up the streets from us. Came from Washington. Broke up the wife and husband. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodness. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Same way how we done went all weekend. And again, this motherfucker done forgot to leave my money for my food and shit. It's to be funny. Like somebody's under new management, bitch. Somebody's about to lose their fucking life, bitch. It's like somebody lived with me, they my spouse, but somebody didn't scratch the VIN number and made them their property to try to prove a point, and they're controlling the mechanisms and the works of this person. I want these people out of my house. They think like when we get onto it, then they'll try to go to wherever across the land and find the version, if they're still alive, of the clone that bought the house with me and bring them back. I don't take back nothing estranged. In the state of Wisconsin, they got laws. And if you abandon something, your household or your children or something like this, legally you don't have rights to the people anymore. It's to be funny. We usually have like cases of water in here. And I think he put the case of water in his car and took that too. And it's supposed to say like, oh, dang, I forgot. But when you run your household, when you're the woman in your house and all you did was run your household, You know what motherfuckers do and how people do things, especially if somebody is more robotic. You see what I'm saying? So whoever this is, that one that was the masculine energy that was just for like 6 months, like for like 4 months in a row, my so-called spouse only ate Wendy's every night, like a robot. He come home from work, he stopped eating my cooking, and I stopped cooking. Okay, this would be some bitch that'll be trying to pull your person or trying to get them on their team or with their company and say, don't eat that person's food because they know it's healing. But they'll go eat their food and it's poison. Right? But for the last 3 to 4 months, every single night he ate Wendy's. So when the Bible tells us to test the spirit, it's not just talking about like to see if somebody eat, because somebody think they could just lift a bottle of water to their mouth and drink on, and you don't think they're a demon. No. It's if they have a repetitive pattern. Because just a couple weeks before that, he was eating pizza every single night. Every night he come home, get a pizza for about 3-4 weeks, a month, 2 months in a row. Then it was Wendy's. Then it was egg sandwiches. You see what I'm saying? So what we saying about these women rights, these new robots that they produce to come over here so they can reign over us or for reign, they're really incompetent. They really could be easily mishandled, misused. This is how some of the indigenous people too could be manipulating things, because they're not supposed to have powers because of their actions or what they've done. And so they just grab a hold on these people when they come across the waters and try to give them rights. That's how you can tell somebody is altered. I can't get into it deep as to how altered or whatever, but people start doing stuff like that. It ain't like, because they act like in the Bible or in Bible says that, oh, well, the demon can't eat. No, it can't eat like we do, like a whole meatloaf meal this night, fried chicken and cornbread. The next is going to be eating like the same thing. And we're talking about a demon, it's just somebody that was taken out of man. They could be killed and reprogrammed, chipped. Something like this. They're getting desperate too, because they keep on sending me that song now. We are one. I'm not one with nobody. Don't attach nothing to me. And I realized that the reason why, what I was seeing my family and friends and stuff and people that I used to go out with or boys that I liked or something in school, they made it to fame. Because I'm a heavenly being, but they may not be. And the reason why they could have been using my energy on, like, a king of kings is going to be connected to the highest of the high. Whoever's the best rapper, whoever's the best whatever. But they use other people's images. But it also depletes or takes away the power or the liking or the following that a person could gather while they're on this earth. So, like, it go figure, like the person that's the Christ or something that's returning will have less fans than Beyonce or something like this. But that could be idol worshiping, because you'd rather look at a Krishan, but when they brought Krishan out, they really were supposed to be bringing me out, right? But people are worshiping the idol. That's ruining somebody's image or brand, or just how you know it's just some childish ass people from the industry that maybe is mad because they felt smited or something while they was in the industry or something like this. Handlers, they turn handlers, background singers, one-hit wonders, stuff like this. People that had to, yeah, I was famous, but I had to sit idle or in the background of a king of kings. That's somebody that get the front row. I was looking at younger pictures of Beyonce, and I was noticing how much she looked kind of like my cousin Niecy. There's definitely a more Star Wars galactic something that has been taking a heavy presence here, and they favored that particular cousin. Like I told you, because her dad could be, he's supposed to be the oldest uncle in the family, but I don't think that the person is in the family. I feel like there's something more galactic about these people, and that's how they can move like they do. They're trying to raise themselves above God or something like this. And now it's depending on the cousin that was supposed to be my closest cousin. But now we find out that these people could have been using galactic measures to steal everything from me and give it to that cousin, Denise Bruton, or one of her clones, and then give me all her dirty stuff. Or these men or whatever this is, or attach these things. Also with the river, the moon river, but you're not in charge. You're going to be cast down. This could be the oldest serpent in the garden as well, too. In that portion of the garden where I grew up from high school on up. And this person is like, if you don't like me, then, and then I'm like, bitch, you beneath me. Get thee beneath me into the motherfucking lake of fire. That's my shit. So somebody could be running things in the galactic realm or something like this, but this is about active or activity. Those are old, dead, dissected, removed parts that are still trying to have a say-so when something active. Yeah, you could be a star, but when it's time for, everybody has their time. When it's time, when it was time for Beyonce to step aside and let Rihanna and them do their thing, when it's time for Rihanna to step aside, I don't know who else came after her. What, like Cardi B or something like this? I don't know. You see? And then it's almost like, too, whoever these people that was under these certain whatever. So since Michael Jackson since he went dauntless or so-called died, these people are in the background building. It just so happened these are the older people that was connected to me for a long time since a child. Hold on, this thing is going to get overheated. Oh, that looks like a plaster or a wax pearl. Dwarf planet of the sun, smallest and closest dwarf planet in our solar system. A core is the rock. Surface, possibly ice and water, vapor. Average distance from the sun is 250 million miles. The radius, equatorial, is 290 miles. Circumference is the equatorial, 1,822 miles. Solar revolution, 46 years. Okay. So there could be something here. The House of Wax. This is giving me like, what do you call it? Ripley's Believe It or Not. Okay. I always wanted to go there. Well, it's saying 4.6 years. Okay. 4.6 years. Okay, but I thought it said 46, so this could be symbolic. This could be an inside little joke. And then number of moons, 0. So maybe the moon is trying to jump out and be the river, but I was thinking this moon energy or this Phoenix moon energy or whatever they're talking about, that's Haiti. And Haiti has some of the most, this is how you turn a nation to a third world country. Dismiss what God gave you and see what you get. Somebody's saying that the river is energy, but the river is, okay, my flow is continuously calm, right? I can feel my flow. What's coming out my mouth irritates people and pisses people off. But somebody could talk peaceful and be like, namaste, yes, everything's fine, brother. I was visiting my brother yesterday. It's important to keep the community together, blah, 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 blah. but the inside of that person, or the inside, and they might got expensive clothes and everything, the inside of that cup is filthy. And I was thinking, I was looking up who has this side of the equation, who has the filthiest rivers. I was looking at rivers in Haiti, and they got some of the filthiest rivers, because I think India have some too, but they got some of the filthiest rivers. All right. So you're trying to take away what God gave us in the natural something and replace it with something that's prone to garbage being in it. Make that make sense. Okay. It says Charis is named after the Roman goddess of agriculture and motherly love. It's fake. These people is killing our people here, using the same all the skin folk stuff. Also, the grandmothers is the first part that was, and he is Haitian. Okay. The My boyfriend used to go to school with his niece in the first grade and did this shit to try to take away what's mine. But the grandmother could have already been a replacement of a Haitian replacement that was already placed as the matriarch after the real grandmother was out. So it's giving me that a little bit. And it says that this is the largest body in the asteroid belt between Mars and so this could be also what we were seeing with that emperor the other day, yesterday. Dawn mission launched in 2007. Oh, we already picked this yesterday. I don't know why we keep. So something must be really trying to register here. Okay. But let's stop talking about the planetary system. It's a distraction. Because it's the energy that these people are siphoning from those of us that are unaware that's right here on Earth. That they're using the power, what they call in outer space. You understand? Somebody's mad because when they ask me something like, oh, what do you care about? Or you should know about the planets or something like this. This could also be like I told you with some of these people that we'll talk about that later. But I promise you, the resources that they're getting are off of us creating a false narrative or something of outer space. Because if these are the niggas that they taking in the outer space for real, they putting on rocket ships and sending them far away. Come on, man. I can't. I wouldn't even be able to take you seriously. I wouldn't be able to take you seriously. Okay? And none of these people will be able to achieve anything without tapping into the daughter of God or God's energy here. All right? And they're trying to get to a certain point where they don't have to say that. Oh, well, look where we are now. It doesn't matter, motherfucker, where you started. I own everything that you got. If you took a little bit of sample of my shit and it made you grow into Incredible Hulk, motherfucker, you better pay your homage. All right? We got John Law, the police, or something like this. Or, this could be high-level military things like this. It might not be able to be trusted right now. A police could have did something to somebody here. This is like what I'm getting is like somebody go in for something, like somebody knows that you coming in making a complaint about a rape case, and these people is about, not making sure that young men can get away with raping women and sodomizing women and doing things like this and get away with it. And these people work within the departments and shit, right? Or a child don't do what the person want them to do, and then they think like, oh, my dad's whatever, or I'm getting power right now. I can go in the police station and talk to these people about, and then one day you go there and you get raped by a police officer. You get what I'm saying? Or, they're tired of you coming in making this claim about this rape or something like this, and then, they tired of you coming in making this claim about this thing or something, and then, they end up walking you out to your car or seeing that you got like paraphernalia for weed in your car, and you came and parked that by the police station, and somebody seen it in there, and they say, look, you in here talking about this with us, but mind you, some of you got retina scans, they already know what the fuck you doing. Okay? And they say, well, you come in here talking to us about this, but look what we found in your car. You either do this or do that or something like this. Okay? Buckethead. There's a buckethead vacuum. Somebody think that somebody just sit there and like suck on stuff. Okay? Also, like somebody body being the vacuum. Somebody's like, oh, you want to observe? You want to be observant. You want to pay attention to your surroundings and listen and things like this and get ahead. You don't want to be listening to music, rocking in the car, and just thinking about music like you used to and just be an airhead, just listening to music. And then whatever your subconscious gathers, we just take it and pretend like we smart. You want to actually listen to shit as soon as it's hitting your head and see how far do you want to let it get into your mind to see if we trying to play tricks on you or we just playing certain melodies and stuff like this to get you ready for when we come trying to steal from your brain at nighttime. Now somebody trying to call you the copycat or me because he got this bucket head vacuum right here. And it's like somebody's like, no, the reason why you know is because you sit there and you sat there for 2 years and you watch TV and you watch this or you watch this and this how you know. No, but somebody already know. There could be a police officer that's going down for something here. All right. This could even be like giving you a hard time to close a case or do what you need with the police to do with your case. And, you know, you're desperate for help or to get some type of, maybe not revenge, but maybe it is. I don't know. Because if somebody did something, who cares how you feel about it? If you did something, you're guilty of it, then you should be going to jail. So, or to get some type of justice or something like this. And then somebody's like, well, I can push that paperwork along a little bit faster if you do such and such and such. I seen you with that nice little tight ass on that website. That's why I was saying about some of us that was knowing that this shit was coming. And instead of going out prepping, we were prepping ourselves by removing ourselves from certain situations as best as possible. Now, you could still be around children that you're responsible for or children that you raise. And that could be something too. Okay. Where the states and the cities is trying to keep the reckless children, or if they know that the children was guilty of something in the homes and around them parents or something like this, especially at school age, because it's your fucking responsibility, right? It's a lot of stuff that they're doing to try to constrain somebody, or they know that your energy is like that. You know, you could be in a negative. They use people like us to deal with people with negative energies or something because we can balance it out. We can balance out wherever circumstances that we're in. It don't mean we need to stay in them fucking, I'm not your fucking toy or your test dummy. You see what I'm saying? So somebody is saying that you just know stuff because of whatever. You're just only saying that because these people are dead and they need a neuro chip. And they're connected to each other's brains all the time. It's not normal. It's not natural. It's like gaming 24 hours a day. It's not natural. So you just say, well, how did you do? Well, don't you know? If somebody is the blueprint, if you take that information, a little pinch of it, grow it into something else, put it in the server, change the chip, the blueprint still can pull up on that energy just out of fucking nowhere. They don't have to look at nothing. It's just a little bit easier to, this could be your little random thoughts that cross your mind throughout the day. It's just a little bit easier, you know, to be able to retaliate because your mind can see it at a 360 degree when you use some type of aid. These people are using all kind of aid to fight against you. If it's like your mom and them used to say, if somebody jump on you and a whole bunch of people pick up whatever you can off the ground, knock their ass out. That's what we do. Somebody just mad because then you had to explain why do we got this original source that's outdated, that's running circles around you motherfuckers, and you sitting here talking about you the ones that's supposed to be running the new software for the future. How that makes sense? So some person, John Law energy or something like this is in reverse. Somebody could have did something to somebody. These are also like people that are like grandfathers and other things like this that maybe spoiled these kids, let them get away with stuff, let them get a big head for a little bit, and then now, you know, they do something to the kid. The kid don't want to come back home to the mom and say, oh, you was right. You get what I'm saying? Okay? Or now some children could be denied their mother or a father or God in a certain way, and they wanted them to do that so that now they can sick a demon on them personally. And then, you know, some people can't take the shit the same way here. Like, I see what these people or these beings are doing, or these, whatever they are. Okay? Aiding and abetting, things like this. We got a King of Wands is in reverse. The person is not a royal. Okay? And then we have the Ten of Swords. This could be also, somebody didn't know that their child was like some kind of little detective or something, where they were already in tech shit. And then the family find out about something about some royalties. You know, the person is married to the person. They scratch off the married person's name and put their name and put somebody else's name and go on this journey to claim all this good shit or something like this. But a king of wands, somebody could be finding out that their child is not their child or something. King of wands in reverse. It could also be if somebody was castrated or cut off mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually. They're trying to say, oh, you're not. But believe me, if you were a boy that was castrated, they still took your semen, or they took, if you were a girl that they said your tubes was tied, they still took your eggs and used them to create these children. So they still have to pay the dues or whatever if you are royal. If you're not, then, you know, I don't know what to tell you. All right. We got the Empress here, and then we got the devil. Wait. Uh, okay, we got the devil or Diablo's daughter in reverse right behind her. Get thee behind me. Somebody's in reverse. I feel like when I'm looking at these eyes right here, I'm looking at that. I was watching 9419 a minute ago. I was noticing them eyes. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with your eyes? Well, demon, what is that demon that's in there? You know, because some people will get, you know, let these demons in them just because they were so wanting to win over you. You know, they was feeling a rise or a high off of doing something to you or your family or something, and then that's why I say you can't deal with men that they energy shift, they mind shift from one thing to another, whether it's sex, rock and roll, cars, or something. When they feel like they powerful, your ass is going don't pull out. You best God to still fuck with you if you pulled out when you seen this nigga for what they is. You look at them now. These people can still force themselves into your life, you know, but something like this, man. Somebody could have had somebody do something to somebody like at the Kenosha police. Okay? A Kenosha policeman or something is in reverse here. With this Katie Candy energy. Okay? This Empress is on top here. I mean, these people could have been holding hostage the whole family, my whole family or something like this. Reprogramming them to use them in society some other kind of way. Yeah, some dirt is coming up on a cop or something here. Now, this could be old or whatever like this or something like this. I don't know. It's making me think about that case when that big riot happened in Kenosha or whatever. Because I'm wondering, who was that? They showed us an image of somebody, but who was that really that got harmed or killed? Okay. For all I know is Illinois, they could have changed some rules. If I was original God in Illinois, land of Lincoln energy, I moved to Wisconsin, they could have still had a portal or something to get to me if they needed to my energy. But somebody could have changed the rules and tried to shut something down. They built a wall or something like this. Now, again, why did Trump want that wall up so bad? If we really talking about the border between Wisconsin and Illinois, in a sense, with this wall, you understand? Well, what are we talking about? Now, somebody say, "Oh, see, you talk too much." Now people know that you did. It don't matter when you know and what you was doing. It matter when I'm saying it. Something when you know when I'm saying. So people say, "Oh, we been knew that. We know all this stupid shit." Yeah, go on and watch something else because it ain't gonna matter when you stole that information. It's when the fuck I say it that you're gonna feel something. Cause you wasn't the one that's supposed to deliver the messages anyway. You got a 10-year plan. You already built it out. Everybody see, and they seen you treat somebody else like a dog or something like this. Doesn't matter. Wasn't time then. It's time now. That's why it's being said right now. We got the strength energy, this heavyweight energy here. We got magicians at the top though, um, and lions at the bottom, or a lion at the bottom, restraints. I think everybody that went through the DARE program had like an officer friendly. I think this could have even been a name that these people was pushing out. You know what I'm saying? Like Fire Marshal Bill, or like fucking Smokey the Bear. You know, something like this. Everybody had to have one of these in their community. You know what I'm saying? You thought this was that person's real name, but it's a name that they give these particular type of. So we could be seeing that somebody's not so friendly after all. Somebody name could be Melvin. I'm telling you, it's a heavy presence of dark skinned individuals here that I'm picking up on. They're from a different clan or country or something like this. Also, my daughter went to the park yesterday and we ended up taking red dust or clay. We ended up taking my daughter to the park or whatever like this for a second, with her friend or whatever, and they was walking around and everything. We sat in the car and wait till they finished with their little excursion or whatever. But I noticed that the little boy she introduced me to, you know, there's a struggle here. Somebody's like escape out of LA or escape LA, but then somebody is, this is what this little boy's name is, and they're saying, oh, I'm a friend. So there's something contradicting going, and these people can't speak to me. Maybe on another form, another level, or in person or something like this, I think. Okay. But I noticed that there's a new breed of, there's something about red energy here, or red hair. There's a new breed of brown, bronzy, copper red tone individuals that I'm noticing here. Okay, this little boy was very, very dark skinned, but he had a red hue and a copper red undertone to his skin. Like I never seen nobody like him, like right up on me or like right in my face. Like I've been around a lot of black people. I've been at parties, everything when I was growing up, whatever. But I never seen anybody with his skin tone up close and personal. Okay. Um, this is giving me something like, I just don't wanna stop all my love. That keeps coming on. Never too much. Okay? All right? So this weight person or heavy lifter, or somebody could have had you in some kind of something. Feel my pain. I feel like somebody was tricking out on me, dealing with somebody else. They found themselves like a little, let's go kick at the club or something. Let's go be workout back. Let's go coffee break, or somebody was doing something with somebody that they didn't want me to know about or whatever like this. They got caught up in that shit. And when this person got out of that, you could be, or I could be the one that helped get this nigga out of that, but they feel like they want you to feel the pain that they felt while they was in that because you didn't come get the, but that's why I told you these motherfuckers that try to, this like a kid that'll go to a party in another city. You told them they can't go. They say, okay, we ain't gonna go to the party. We're gonna go to Rebecca's house and spend the night or something like this. We ain't gonna really go to the party no more or whatever. And then they turn off their phone thinking they cute and shit like this, and they track her. And then you find out the damn child died. Nobody can't find the body because the bitch done turned off her thing trying to be cute, trying to go to the fucking party. And now look at you. You get what I'm saying? You're dead or something like this. Or let's just all leave our phones in the car. The car got stolen. You 3 hours away from home. The fuck you gonna do? In some barn or something like this, in some mysterious place, where everybody, when they got in this barn, it's making me think about like the fifth wave. Everybody going to this big old wave party or some big, like, the groups that be having like they secret little fetish groups and stuff, like big baby people and stuff. Oh, let's go here. It's a party. It's in a barn. Oh, that sounds so cool. Because people like to have fun. And then they got up in there, got swept away up in that motherfucking wave. You get what I'm saying? Or the Alice program with the schools. You understand? Whoever this person is, somebody could be a gym head or something. Judging you also maybe for your weight or something like this. But there's judgment upon these people here. This is what they can't see. because they couldn't bring you a tower, or they're not going to be able to bring you a tower or something. Bring us a tower, the good people or something here. All right. Or this is what they want. Okay, this could be what they want too for themselves. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just too hot and uncomfortable out here. I'm going to have to go back inside.